Performance, and today I want to talk about how to make liver pate and some of the basics of the benefits of liver. You know, me and my wife make this every week. It's a great source of protein that we use sometimes as a meal, sometimes as a snack. And of course, most people have an aversion to liver. This is a recipe that I got from my grandmother that I ate growing up and that I enjoy. You can tweak it to meet your needs. Of course, many people don't like liver, and they try to use desiccated liver supplements. I can tell you this, that based on working with clients, my clients that use liver versus desiccated liver, or use liver in general, definitely get way more benefit from using food as their supplement than not using it. So my recommendation is get comfortable using it in any way, shape, or form that can benefit your body. And a great example is, you know, most people, of course, we're talking about a clean liver, grass-fed animal, etc. We're talking about, maybe most people talk about beef liver and things like that. I personally can't do beef liver. I've tried it in many different ways of cooking it, frying it, pateing it. I grew up eating chicken liver. So I did the research, found a store that has, you know, free-range chicken livers, you know, insect-fed. So I use a healthy chicken liver to get the benefits of the liver. So, you know, use what works for you. You can pate it, you can fry it, you can cook it, whatever you want to do, but I recommend you use it because there's many benefits to using liver. Of course, there's some dangers, and we'll talk about that. But some of the benefits are it contains vitamin A, B, B12, D, E, K, folic acid, which a lot of these are very important because they actually help to regulate cell energy metabolism, which helps our cells produce CO2, ATP, and water, which is what we're trying to do when we use food as a supplement. We're trying to use food that the body can break down so we can produce energy to get our body out of this inflammatory state. It's got a lot of great minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, iron, copper, zinc. And it's really important because many of these, of course, go into producing hydrochloric acid, some of our hormones, etc. But a lot of these help to regulate the fluids inside and outside our cell. They help to stimulate cell energy production, like copper, for instance. You know, so it's really important to use foods that are loaded with vitamins and minerals that our body or our cells and tissues can use to actually produce energy. So you can see it's loaded with many minerals, it's loaded with many vitamins. You know, our philosophy is try to use food as your supplement. Instead of trying to take vitamin A, why don't you use more liver? Instead of trying to take you know, zinc, why don't you eat shellfish? Why don't you eat more liver that contains these minerals so you don't have to use the supplements? So the body can actually utilize these resources and have something to pull from. Of course, it's a source of high-quality protein and usable iron. Now, one thing I want you to take notice of, and I'll post 2 YouTubes that I did in the description here about the dangers of iron. So that's not the point of this video. I'll put those videos down there so you can watch it. But just realize this. And I usually don't put too much limitation on the intake of liver with most of my clients, especially women, because they bleed every month. But iron is, of course, it's a toxic heavy metal. And once it's in the body, it actually can't be excreted. It has no way of actually getting out of the body. Now, in excess, just remember that. It can lead to impotence, lack of cycle, hypothyroidism, growth issues, balding, etc. It actually, excess iron can feed fungus, bacteria, and parasites, and it can destroy usable vitamin E and displace copper. And as I mentioned, copper is very important to regulate cell energy metabolism. Now, I'm talking in excess. Now, of course, people get labs, people go crazy, and they find, oh, I have excess iron and all these things. Well, if you're that concerned, in the video below in the description, The Dangers of Iron, I talk about things that you can do to lower your iron levels naturally, like don't use foods with vitamin C when you're eating things like meat or liver. Of course, decrease the amount of meat and liver that you're taking in. Drink coffee after meals to increase the absorption of iron. And of course, if you need iron, you want to use these foods. You want to use foods, just do the opposite. You want to drink less coffee after you eat. You want to increase the amount of muscle meats and balance with carbs and proteins. You want to increase the intake of foods that contain iron, like liver. You want to make sure that you eat foods with vitamin C, with, you know, like orange juice or something, with liver to increase the absorption of iron. So it's a catch-22. Most people that I work with, especially women, usually deficient. They do better on foods like this. I usually recommend the average person taking in about 6 ounces per week. just because of the dangers of iron. And I do this more with men. People that have more lipofuscin on their skin, the liver spots, and I'll put that video I did on lipofuscin below as well. But most women I work with that get a monthly cycle, they're bleeding, that's the only way the body can excrete iron. They do well on taking in actually more than 3 to 6 ounces a week. But it's just something I brought up to be aware. I'll put those videos below, and you can watch those videos and enjoy it. So now that you know the benefits and maybe some of the dangers of excess iron, how do we make the liver pate? Well, it's pretty simple. All you're going to need is a KitchenAid mixer or some type of mixer with the grinder attachment. You can see the grinder attachment on the top of it. You'll need 2 hard-boiled eggs, 1 raw onion, 1 pound of liver, and 2 tablespoons of raw butter. Now, it's really simple. What you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 350. You're going to bake your liver, and then you can see the white, that's coconut oil. We just put some saturated fat in there. You're just going to bake the liver, I don't know, approximately 20 minutes until it's really soft and cooked. You cut it open, it's really soft to cut. It's not pink, it's brown. That's how you know it's cooked. It takes approximately 20 minutes. You're going to cut up your onion, you're going to saute it with the butter in a pan until the onions are really soft. That adds a lot of flavor to the pate. You can add salt and pepper if you want. And of course you have your hard-boiled eggs. So you're doing everything actually separately. Once everything's cooked, it's actually really simple. You're going to get back to the grinder. You're going to put the 2 eggs through the grinder. You're going to put the cooked onion with all the butter through the grinder. It's going to go into a bowl. You're going to put the cooked liver through the grinder. It's going to go into a bowl. You're going to add salt and pepper to taste, how much you want. It's up to you. You're going to mix it up in the bowl with a spoon, and bam, right in front of you, you have your liver pate. It's really that simple to use. It's delicious. You can start, maybe you have a little spoonful every day. That adds up to your 6 ounces per week. That's something that my wife does. We recommend people eating it, of course, not by itself. Eating it with a carbohydrate of some sort, whether you have it with some fruit, whether you have it with some root vegetables. Whatever you want to do to eat it, we recommend always that you don't eat it alone. You have it with some sort of carbohydrate. It's really up to you and how you like it. So it's really that simple to cook. Hopefully you understand the benefits of it. There's really not that many dangers except making sure you're getting a healthy, chicken liver or beef liver, from the source. It's really simple to make. Liver is actually quite inexpensive. It's not going to break your grocery bill or budget. It's really simple to make, and it's actually, for me personally, it's something that I enjoy a lot. Hopefully you've liked this recipe. It's actually something, like I said, I got from my grandmother. But if you want to learn some great other recipes as well as get a great introduction to our philosophy, you can check out our cookbook that we created, which, as I mentioned, it has over 80 recipes, but it has, 30 pages or so of a great, simple, basic introduction to our philosophy. You can visit www.thembcookbook.com. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate the support. I'm out of here.